Hello world. I really don't know how to do this, but I'm just gonna wing it and I hope that my message comes across. My name is Damian Dorsey. I am a 38-year-old graphic designer. I'm from Virginia. Now I live in sunny California. And the day before I turned 40, I've decided to take my own life. It's kind of a crazy concept, but it's something that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and I feel like it's just the next step in my journey on this thing called life. It's a pain that I've felt my entire life. It's a pain that I've felt at least since I was 13 years old. And it's a bunch of different things. It's definitely depression. It's wondering what that next step is. Most of the people that are important to me or close to me have died. If there is an afterlife, I feel like I really want to see them. If there isn't an afterlife, then I'm not really losing anything. Am I? I felt like I've led a horrible, cursed existence that has been kind of spotted by positive points. And that's just not good enough for me.
Okay, so I don't think depression is a disease, but I do think it's something that anyone can have the ability to affect a person.
Well, it is something that is different for everyone. However, if I had to find a commonality between it, it's literally death. You're feeling less. And truly, if you look at it on a biological level, the less dopamine you have, the less you're feeling. So you are experiencing psychological death, and it is different and very painful for everyone.
It's tough, man, because like when I imagine like chemical depression, I don't know. I mean, that's something you can't. I mean, I don't know. You don't without experiencing it, you probably can't know what it's like. And I'm coming from the other side. I mean, everyone gets depressed from time to time when they're dealing with hard things. But if you have, you know what? I mean, I guess it touches to like, do you believe that depression is chemical or what? Where does it come from? But if there is such a thing as chemical depression, and that's the only way you can see things by chemically, like being on acid, you can't help but be on acid. You can't like just stop being on acid. I don't know, man. Definitely, things have to be more shitty than better by definition. Because if things are what used to be good all the time, then your context becomes distorted. That wasn't very insightful. I don't know, it's a complex issue, man. You ask a really hard question. In terms of the big here, of course, is suicide, which is, do you have a right to take your own life? And it's a real hot button issue. People talk about not even letting, terminally ill cancer patients in tremendous physical agony end their own lives. And I mean, in that case, obviously it seems compassionate if someone you trust somebody to judge whether their pain is worth ending their life over. I mean, personally, I feel that even if your life is turning out shitty, you got to see it through. You only get one of them, probably. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's reincarnation or heaven or some shit, but the only thing that's 100% given is that you're alive right now and you're going to live till you die. And that's all you have to go on, man. Sometimes that is all you have to go on. Period. And it's like, I'm going to see it through to the end, man. I want to see how it ends. You don't know if it's going to, but it's like, I'm not going to bail out. And strongly encourage people not to bail out. I think it's, you got to at least see it through to the end, man. If at all possible, is my personal feelings on it. Again, that's a visceral response to my own personal experience and not having been chemically depressed. I can't necessarily speak from a position of omniscience on the topic, but you gotta persevere, man. It's definitely the human condition. You know, joy is nothing without sorrow, and
No, I don't take that back because I don't ever think nothing's really that bad for you to want to kill yourself. I can always think that if you're a person, you know what I'm saying, if something bad's happening to you, you can change it or you can make a change. But really, sometimes you can't though, because it might be like, I don't know, then you might want to kill somebody. So you get put like, I don't know, that's a hard question. How do I feel about people that want to kill themselves? You probably have to know that person and what's going on in their life. Probably need a close friend. But killing yourself, I don't think that'll solve anything. And then depression. Suicide and depression is really like the same thing when you think about it, because really, really bad depression could lead you to a suicide. So, I really think those, I don't know. It's really like I'll say it's like a lifestyle thing. On how really like a person's lifestyle is. Like, I be depressed sometimes too, but I wouldn't say I commit suicide off my depression. Sometimes both, but because it'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel depressed and there's nothing wrong, but I just be like, man, I just be feeling like, I just feel down, like, you know, I just be feeling really, really low for no reason. I don't know why. Like, I might just have an attitude, or I might not even want to be around nobody. I just be depressed. And I don't even know the reason. I just wake up just feeling like that. Like, man, I don't really care. But I don't think, like I said, I don't think that'll lead to suicide. And then, like, the shit around me, I don't really get depressed by it. Because I kind of find a way to block it so it really doesn't get to me that bad. And the only time I really get depressed is like every once in a while, and I just feel really down. And I'll just be like, fuck, I don't really be caring.
Okay, my feelings on this subject is that it's everybody's personal choice. If they want to take their own life, it's their life to take. But there's a lot of people on the streets that I see that are in wheelchairs, that are disabled, and still keep on living on through. But you never know what somebody's manner, stability is. Some people might be in pain, and who am I going to say to somebody that it's wrong? I mean, once it's done, it's done. They can't take it back. They might not be in the right mind frame. They might be taking drugs. They might be on prescription medicine. But, it's kind of 50-50 for me. I've had my friend Daniel shot himself after being on, years of drugs and alcoholism and everything else. He had a 2-month-old kid and a 3-year-old kid. I know a lot of people that wouldn't even go to his funeral because they didn't believe what he did was right. But, for me, I'm not to say. It's just, for me, I wouldn't do it. No matter how something bad gets, there's always something good that'll happen, once the bad hits. That's about it.
My name is Brett Torres. I'm someone who is diagnosed with bipolar. And so I definitely think about depression a lot. I have a lot of friends that are just mono or unipolar depression at a support group I attend. And, I think the thing is anytime I get in a negative state, and I can't claim universally that this is the way it is for all people, but I know for myself that I always get to a better place than where I was initially. It's really one of those cliches that it's a temporary problem when you're feeling down. And the main way I feel down isn't even depression per se, but even anxiety that I deal with a lot. It's really amazing to go through something negative and find beauty on the other side, because the one thing that I really believe is that reality, given our human brains and what's external to us, is so amazing that the sort of experiences we can have are so beautiful, and there's so much diversity. Beautiful food, beautiful music, beautiful women, all sorts of things in life. So when I have those experiences, I'm just so grateful to be alive, and I wish for people who are going through negative times, depressed or not, in a clinical sense, to be able to overcome that and get to that sort of stage. So that's like my main thought.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I don't think it's something that people should take lightly or brush off. Like my coworker who just, committed suicide. Like, he would come to work every day and he would have the same demeanor, and no one really knew what inner turmoil he was having or what he was going through. And it was really interesting. I had a conversation and people were just saying how selfish he was and how that was so wrong that he left his family. But on the flip side, they don't even know what he was feeling or how he was feeling or why he felt like that was his only way out. He, apologized, and he knew his mom loved him and his dad and his sisters, and he had a host of friends who loved him. But obviously that wasn't enough to satiate whatever he was feeling. He felt like, either it was enough or it wasn't enough, but he just didn't feel like he would be at peace just going on. And people always say, they say it's selfish because of what you do and the people you leave behind. But what they don't realize is it's not like they don't know that, but they can't, to me, it's like they can't get past whatever they're feeling that drives them to that point. So, I don't know.
Even someone who doesn't know them, there's so much hate in the world, and I think most people take it as joking, but a lot of people take it seriously in the wrong way. And even the littlest thing that you can tell someone can affect them so hard and deep, and to the point where they feel worthless and to take their own life. So I don't think it's a disease, but I do think we have the ability to stop it from happening in the future.
What do I think about depression or suicide? I think suicide is a sign of weakness. It's sort of like saying, I've given up. You've given up trying to find a reason to wake up. You've kind of given up trying to solve your problems. It shows that you're just weak and that you just are willing to lose. And that's kind of crazy to me. But I don't like to lose at anything, and I'm not a loser. So I would never kill myself. But I think it's weird that somebody would even want to do it, but it's up to them. It's their life. So there you go.